Now, from your home for live local news. Western Massachusetts news leader. This is the News 40 Nightcast.
Emotional debate in Springfield tonight over how a new police chief should be selected.
The political cliffhanger on Capitol Hill is far from being over.
And remembering a Springfield teenager gunned down outside his home. Good evening, I'm Eileen Curran.
And I'm Dave Mattson. Before we get to that top story, the latest now from Springfield tonight on State Street, where shots were fired just a short time ago. Let's go live to News 40's Ray Herschel to bring us the latest on this latest incident of violence in the city. Ray?
Okay, thank you very much, Dave. I'm standing outside the Kentucky Fried Chicken here on State Street in Springfield, where less than an hour ago, shots rang out here in the parking lot at this Kentucky Fried Chicken store. 4 people are believed to have been shot. They reportedly were in an automobile outside the Kentucky Fried store. 2 or 3 of them staggered from the automobile inside, telling people that they were shot. The others remained on the pavement here outside. 4 ambulances were rushed to the scene. 2 of the people who were shot are believed to be seriously shot. 1 believed to be shot in the back of the head. The other shot in the chest. 4 ambulances took them to Bay State Medical Center. We do not have names nor conditions at this point. Police aren't saying very much about this incident. People in this neighborhood obviously are very upset about what happened. Reportedly, there was a fight in this area yesterday. Whether or not that precipitated the shooting tonight remains to be seen. Police continue their investigation here on State Street at the Kentucky Fried Chicken. Repeating again, 4 people shot here, 2 believed to be seriously hurt, taken to Bay State Medical Center. If we get any further developments from the scene, we'll pass them along to you. Now back to you.
All right, Ray, thanks. Good work, and we will check back in with Ray if there are any further developments within this half hour. Eileen?
Dave, in another section of the city, they are remembering a gunshot victim from last night. 16-year-old Daniel Brasil was shot to death last night on the front porch of his Wilbur Street home. Police still do not know why it happened or who did it. But tonight, friends and family are sending out a message. This is the beginning of the end of the violence. About 100 people gathered outside Brasil's home. They carried candles and pledged to find his killers. Police believe 2 people in a white sedan are responsible for the murder. Meanwhile, police have made 3 arrests in Saturday's execution-style murder at a Springfield pizza shop. 20-year-old Justo Ortiz of Holyoke, seen here, was arraigned on murder charges, as well as Justin Orwat of East Hampton and an unnamed 16-year-old from Holyoke. Police say the killing was gang-related. Then yesterday, what police are calling a retaliation shooting in the North End. 1 man was injured.
At the north end of the city of Springfield has become the place for all these folks to congregate, to shoot it out with one another, and to engage in other kinds of drug dealing activities. We cannot tolerate this in the city of Springfield.
Springfield police are fighting back by setting up a gang suppression unit in the department.
Well, the gang problem will just be one of the challenges facing Springfield's next police chief. But where will that chief come from? That's the center of an ongoing controversy. The mayor and police commission want to look nationwide. Those opposing viewpoints clash during a public hearing this evening. News 40's Ray Herschel is back now with that story.
So I would prefer a completely open process and a completely competitive process.
The mayor and the police commission have turned their back on the dedicated members of the command staff of the Springfield Police Department.
Feelings run high again as the debate rages on over how Springfield's next police chief will be chosen. Mayor Markle and police commissioners say a local assessment center will open up the process nationwide for the best possible candidate, but not eliminate local candidates.
I have shared with certain individuals that if, in fact, we do have the best, and I do think we do, then a little competition is not going to hurt. If anything, it's going to make them shine.
Most city councilors side with police, who say the next chief should come from within the department. Members of the police department say they are being insulted by the mayor and police commission.
The mayor and the police commission are trying to turn back the clock to the 1800 era by working within their own closed-door agenda.
Some members of the community sided with the mayor, saying the police department needs a leader with a more objective perspective.
I feel that the leadership and sensitivity of the police department is questionable.
I can't stand here and feel confident that we have the best person in our police department. I haven't seen him yet.
But Debbie Stelzer, wife of the late police chief Ernest Stelzer, says there are more than enough qualified candidates from within.
I will never be convinced that the city of Springfield needs to go outside the men and women who presently serve as Springfield's finest to find the next chief of police. I not only speak for myself here tonight, but I think I also speak for the men and women on the Springfield Police Department, and I know I speak for their late chief.
Ray Herschel, News 40's Nightcast.
Next week, the City Council votes on whether it supports the mayor's position for a national search. Well, 2 Springfield police officers were shaken up tonight when their cruiser crashed into a car pulling out of a parking space on Wilbraham Road. Patrolman Stephen Grande suffered back injuries. Patrolman Vincent Finn, leg and arm injuries. Both were taken to Bay State Medical Center where they were treated and released. The woman was cited for failure to yield.
On the national front now, the debate over a balanced budget amendment isn't over yet. Senate Majority Leader Bob Dole made the controversial decision to postpone the vote until tomorrow. Now, polls show almost 80% of Americans favor a balanced budget amendment. And as News 40's Ann Friedenberg reports, as tax time approaches, local residents have little patience with the growing federal deficit.
Larry Kozowski of Enfield got some good news and some bad news from his newly completed income tax forms. This year he'll get money back from the federal government, but he'll have to pay the state of Massachusetts. As the forms began to illustrate exactly how much money Kozowski will pay this year, he felt little sympathy for the folks in Washington trying to deal with the growing deficit.
I'm in favor of a balanced budget, basically because when I do my own finances, come the end of the month or the end of the year, I have to balance my budget, and I feel the United States government should at least make an effort to attempt to balance our budget.
I will vote for the final passage on the constitutional amendment, and I urge my
Georgia Senator Sam Nunn was one of a handful of Democrats who would not commit to a balanced budget amendment until today. Nunn agreed to vote for the amendment after Republicans gave in to his demands. The amendment would require a balanced budget by the year 2002, a major feat considering this year's deficit is $192 billion, and the total tops $4 trillion. But senators who oppose the amendment say Social Security should be sacred.
We are sinking in a sea of debt. Yes, we need to do this, but you don't pull yourself out of a sea of debt by misspending $750 billion of Social Security revenue.
The Democrats say there's already been 116 hours of debate on this issue, and they're ready to vote. The Republicans want just a little bit more time to try to sway those undecided senators. In the Live Center, Ann Friedenberg reporting. Back to you, Eileen.
All right, thank you very much, Ann. Dave?
Well, Eileen, we'll have to wait at least until Thursday for more testimony from O.J. Simpson defense witness Rosa Lopez. The defense revealed today it had a tape of an earlier interview with Lopez. And as ABC's Jerry Giordano reports, that set off a day-long war of words between the prosecution and the defense.
I am very tired. I want to go rest, sir. I don't want any more questions.
Once again, court ended with a frustrated Rosa Lopez as Judge Lance Ito informed O.J. Simpson's alibi witness that her testimony would once again be delayed, this time because of the defense's failure to turn over a tape-recorded statement of Lopez taken by a defense investigator back in July.
How long does it take a lawyer, 15 minutes, a tape that tracks a July 29th statement to prepare that?
Still, it was enough to make Marcia Clark irate. The prosecutors say there are several inconsistencies in Lopez's statements, and the DA's office needed more time to prepare a thorough cross-examination.
If the people are denied the right to prepare their cross-examination in a cohesive manner and present it in the most effective manner possible, we're talking about nothing less important here than the people's right to a fair trial and to an effective and intelligent search for the truth.
Marcia Clark had wanted the judge to sanction the defense by terminating the videotaped testimony of Rosa Lopez and order her back to testify before the jury. But in the end, the sanctions included a delay until Thursday to allow the prosecution to prepare. The judge also ordered that the defense pay for the housing of Rosa Lopez during that delay. As he was leaving court, Johnny Cochran talked about Rosa Lopez's state of mind.
She's sad. She's depressed. She feels she's a victim.
I'm Jerry Giordano reporting in Los Angeles for ABC News.
So the prosecution wants to punish the defense by scrubbing Rosa Lopez's videotape testimony. Judge Ito gives the prosecution a day to prepare to cross-examine Lopez.
Tom Bavacqua is standing by in the Springfield Weather Center with tonight's first look at tomorrow's forecast. Hopefully not as icy, Tom.
Hopefully that is correct. Still a chance of some ice, Eileen, but certainly not like we had this morning. It's about 6 degrees warmer right now with no rain falling than it was last night. We go to the maps now. Let's see what's happening around the region. 31 up in Greenfield, says Gary. 31 is a preferred number tonight. At Chicopee, it's 31. Drew at WMAS says it's 31 degrees. And in Keene, New Hampshire, it's 32 degrees as we speak. Our wake-up call and our dress code looking like this. Some ice is still possible tomorrow morning. Temperatures very close to 32 degrees, so where that thermometer is right now is pretty much where it's going to be for tomorrow morning. So if you're going out later on, drive with care. And that dress code coming up for tomorrow, you're going to need a scraper once again. See you in about 10 minutes.
News 40, your home for live local news. With Dave Madsen, Eileen Curran, Tom Bavacqua's weather, and Mike Rattay's sports. Live Lottery on News 40 is sponsored by the law offices of Marquis Solomon.
You've got one opportunity for justice. Call the law offices of Attorney Marquis Solomon right now.
Welcome back to Lottery Live on Channel 5. It's time for Mass Millions. Tonight's jackpot is estimated at $1 million. Let's see how you did. Our first number is number 18. Next is number 34. And following that, we have number 38. If you have these three numbers, you are well on your way to hitting the jackpot. Next out is number 25. And that's going to be followed by number 22. And our sixth ball is number 33. If you have these six numbers, you've just hit the Mass Millions jackpot. But remember, any 5 plus the bonus ball wins you 50 grand. The bonus ball is number 21. Once again, the winning Mass Millions numbers for Tuesday, February 28th are 18, 22, 25, 33, 34, 38 with a bonus ball of 21.
Coming up on the Tuesday night cast, the Defense Department makes a long-awaited announcement, and Westover could benefit in a big way.
Commuter planes under a microscope as investigators look for the reasons behind a deadly crash.
It started out as a cruel prank, but it sends a Florida girl to court.
He made quarterbacks tremble by his hits, not by his kisses. A man called LT finds a new line of work.
But first, the rest of tonight's winning lottery numbers.
Belize savings opportunity, GM program cards. These Sierras may look new, but they're not brand new, and they're definitely not priced like new. They're well-maintained, low-mileage former daily rental cars, priced substantially less than new. 94 old Sierras with automatic transmission, air conditioning, airbag, power locks and windows, cruise control, and more, only $12,900. Belize has 20 at this price. All you have to do is pick the color. You'll do better at Belize Chevy Olds Geo.
Nothing relieves indigestion like Tums, unless you find something that's just as effective, like the CVS brand. So if you're looking to save $1, CVS has just what you're looking for. This half of the cabinet contains national brand products. The other half, CVS brand products. Both sides are equally effective, but if you want to save $50, the CVS half is just what you're looking for.
Captain's bed with 3-drawer storage, $297, and that's complete with mattress. Still $297. Come on down.
Questions about financial matters? Answers are only a phone call away at 1-800-ADVEST-7. The News 40 Vinnick Report hotline is ready to help you with important financial questions.
Yeah, they're all coming through. Greg, I need you to call X-ray as soon as we get inside. Lena, take vitals. Okay.
We met Robin Brand 6 months ago.
All right, you can be...
She was looking for a car that was not only practical and reliable...
How you doing?
...but also comforting, luxurious, kind of a decompression chamber on wheels. We found her the Honda Accord she wanted in Nightshade Gray Pearl, and the financing that was just right for her. After all, we're not strangers. We're her Honda dealer.
Painful but necessary. That's Defense Secretary William Perry's assessment of his target list to close or realign a total of 146 military facilities. In Massachusetts, the South Weymouth Naval Air Station and its 900 jobs are targeted for closing. But the Hanscom Air Force Base in Bedford would gain nearly 600 jobs, and the Army Research Labs in Natick would pick up 160 civilian positions. The Westover Air Reserve Base could also be expanded if operations from closed bases need to be moved.
We have the room, and we've offered up ourselves to take on additional missions, to take on different types of missions, not only Air Force, but Army or Navy, whatever would be needed.
The state would lose a total of 628 military jobs, but gain a net 453 civilian jobs if the Pentagon base closings plan is approved.
Federal officials investigating the crash of an American Eagle flight last October say air controllers didn't know they were dealing with icy conditions before that failed crash. Icing reportedly was not a part of the FAA weather briefing for northwestern Indiana. But transcripts of the cockpit voice recorder show a pilot noticed ice on the wings just before the plane went down, killing all 68 people on board. A 13-year-old Florida girl faces charges for allegedly telling at least 7 people they had tested positive for the AIDS virus. The girl was at a Jacksonville hospital when police say she got her hands on a list of emergency room patients. Police tracked the calls because some of those who received the bogus calls had caller ID devices.
Unhappy with your cable service? In Wilbraham tonight, you could speak your mind, and that story tops our look at news from our neighborhoods. The Board of Selectmen wanted to hear from residents to gauge just how satisfied they are with Greater Media Cable. The goal of the meeting was to find out if the company's service record and the types of changes residents would like to see in the system. In Springfield, the school department is looking for volunteers with computer and technical skills. Officials held a recruitment meeting tonight at the Marriott Hotel. The goal is to provide support to local schools as they move forward in their technology efforts.
Dan York now, and it's not the effort, but the names that have Dan uncorked tonight.
Well, it's about time the DA's lingo matched the reality out there. Finally today, he called gang violence an epidemic and demanded more cops on the street tomorrow. Whew. Boy, it's been a long time coming from old Bill Bennett. Love him as a DA, but he's been a little shy on the, how would you say, the demands. It's time to take off the gloves, folks. But don't forget, Bob Markle and the city of Springfield to the rescue. We now have a gang suppression unit. A gang suppression unit. That's it. Community policing here, gang suppression unit there. Boy, we'll fight the criminals with fancy names. That's what happens when a mayor is trying to pull it off with smoke and mirrors.
Don't agree with Dan? Give us a call on the talkback line at 827-7363. Last night we wanted to know what you thought about the governor's decision not to run for president. Here's how Terry from Holyoke feels.
We'd be better off if they elect a new governor and get rid of him, because all he's doing is making children go hungry and starve while him and his 5 teenage sons sitting up in a nice big house having nice cooked meals.
Now, to be fair, we should tell you that surprisingly, we received no calls in support of Governor Weld, but it's a random sort of thing.
That's right. Certainly not scientific. It's just random. A less than tranquil ending to February as far as the weather was concerned. Will March come in like a lion or a lamb? Tom will let us know next.
And later in this half hour, we'll show you a part of the Mardi Gras you may not have seen before.
Nobody celebrates Washington's birthday better than your Lincoln Mercury dealer. This year, our New England tradition is bigger than ever with over $125 million of new vehicles on sale. We're ready to put you in a Mercury now. No waiting and no down payment. You can lease a loaded Mercury Sable sedan or Sable wagon for just $299 a month with dual airbags, front-wheel drive, and lots more. Sable sedans, Sable wagons, no down payment. So bring the family to the Washington's Birthday Sell-a-thon at your New England Lincoln Mercury dealer now through March 6th. And let us prove it.
There's a lot of talk about victims' rights. I'm Robert Vaughn. If you've been injured in an auto accident, you don't need to talk. You need to take back what's been taken away from you. Tell the insurance companies you mean business. Tell them you hired attorney Marquis Solomon. He goes after your rights piece by piece by piece until justice has been served or they'll be in court. Call the law offices of attorney Marquis Solomon right now.
Closed captioning of News 40 and TDD services for the hearing impaired are brought to you by Waldbaum's Food Mart.
It's Subaru all-wheel drive days. Hey, wait a minute. Why don't the other guys have all-wheel drive days? Oh, yeah, they don't have all-wheel drive. They don't have cars that can transfer power from the wheels that slip to the wheels that grip like a Subaru Legacy or Impreza can. No wonder they don't have all-wheel drive days. Of course, they could have. Let's get stuck in the snow days. Right now, get an Impreza Coupe for $9,945 with all-wheel drive, just $13,999.
It's out earlier tonight. Icy in spots, but not too bad. But you really do have to watch out.
Oh, yeah, much better than last night or this morning, and we're hoping that tomorrow's commute is certainly much better. Tom?
Certainly it appears to be a trend, as I mentioned earlier. Last night at this time, about 6 degrees colder than we are right now. And, of course, it was raining, and we even had some sleet. Right now, just some spotty drizzle and freezing drizzle around the region. Let's take a look at what's going to happen for tonight. I'll tell you, if you have a thermometer and you've been watching it periodically tonight, and you're saying, hey, Tom, this thing hasn't moved. Is there something wrong with it? No, not at all. Don't hit it. Don't do anything to it. Temperatures are definitely on hold. Very little variation over the last several hours, but generally by morning, 28 to 32 with some spotty freezing drizzle possible. There could be some icing again in the morning, but I want to emphasize nothing like today. For tomorrow, temperatures in the low and mid-40s. Will eventually see some sunshine, mainly in the afternoon. That's the way it looks right now. Could also have some fog during the early morning hours. Jet stream is not going to promote very cold temperatures over the next several days because, as you can see, across portions of the Midwest and then the Northeast, it's basically a zonal flow. That means moderate temperatures, and indeed, that's exactly what we're going to get with temperatures in the low 40s for highs over the next couple of days. Now, we still have a little problem that we have to watch. This storm system by late tomorrow over North Carolina more than likely will slide just to the east-southeast of us, and that should keep us away from any further precipitation late tomorrow night into Thursday, but we're still going to watch it anyway. But the chances now do favor a dry period coming up. For tonight, freezing drizzle, maybe a little icing, 31 on average, so once again, the thermometer goes nowhere. Some sunshine develops tomorrow afternoon. We should do about 42, maybe even a little bit higher, and the 5-day forecast keeps us near normal with some sunshine right on into Saturday and Sunday, and the latest computer models do suggest that we could turn cold next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Going backwards.
Absolutely.
Feels like
March
it.
is on the way.
All right, thanks, Tom.
Yeah, very good, Tom. It's tomorrow. Time for the seniors to take center court tonight in Amherst, and the UMass Minutemen roar into the A-10 playoffs. Mike Rattay has all the action next on the Nightcast.
When college hoop teams get at or near the top, it's been like a curse. Another one of the mighty falls tonight.
Women's health. It's been long neglected. Statistics say certain doctors and specialties may be ignoring women's health. So where should women go for the best comprehensive care? Learn how to become a watchdog for your own well-being.
It's very important that you feel that your doctor is someone that you can talk to.
News 40's medical reporter Kathy Tobin will show you where to turn and explain who's worrying about women's health. This week at 5:30 with Dave and Eileen. News 40, your home for live local news.
The annual 2-for-1 sale is back at Ken's Eyewear. It's a sale where we give you a free frame and single vision lenses when you purchase a complete pair of eyeglasses. Just come in and see Ken or I here in our Springfield store, Ron Hilpold in our Westfield shop, Larry Peon, or Bill Galarno in our Northampton location. With all of our years of experience, you can be assured of getting the finest fit and the latest in eyeglass lenses and frames. And right now, you'll get 2 pairs of eyeglasses for the price of 1 at Ken's Eyewear.
Look, if you're going to buy a car, get this. It's the Belize Cars and Trucks catalog. It's in your newspaper, it's from Belize, and it's going to make it real easy.
Pure Waste has Simmons, Bassett, and King Coil bedding.
It's a great value at an exceptional price.
It's easy to get to Pure Waste. Take 91 to exit 13B and right at Pizza Hut.
Hey, it's your money.
Pure Waste in West Springfield.
Put a little spring into someone's life or help save a life by funding cancer research. The American Cancer Society's Daffodil Days are coming up March 21st. Buy a bouquet for a friend, a relative, or even yourself. These flowers represent more than just the first sign of spring. They represent hope in the fight against cancer.
Well, it's family, it's fun, and they're hot as a pistol. We'll talk to Landon from the Falcons after Nightline.
Senior night tonight for the UMass Minutemen.
And a nice remembrance of Mike Williams tonight. Not playing, but...
Indeed, he was not in uniform. He was not there. But John Calipari took the mic before the game and acknowledged the whole thing and talked to the crowd about it. They gave him a nice ovation. I thought it was a nice touch.
Yeah.
But this is a group that truly took the Minutemen to a big-time program, folks. And on this senior night, a chance for the fans to say thanks to the guys who truly made it happen. Another packed, jam crowd at the Mullins Center for the final home game of the regular season. And number 15, Lou Rowe, leading the group of seniors. What more can you say about this guy? He is one of the all-time great college players as a person and as a ball player. Lou's family on hand tonight, sharing in the pregame festivities. Another guy who really came of age during his 4 years, Springfield's own Derek Kellogg. He's brought a lot to this team, and we hope he continues right through the tournament. Also, Jeff Meyer, a guy who really stuck with it through 4 years. He's done pretty well this season, coming in for Marcus Camby and making a real contribution. And finally, Jason Germain, South Hadley's own, a terrific guy to have on this team, and UMass seniors enjoying their night at the Mullins Center. As for the game, the Rhode Island Rams came in, and the Minutemen with a chance to clinch the Atlantic 10 regular season title. First half, Lou Rowe taking the pass from Derek Kellogg, 2 and a foul. Lou also goes over the 1,000-point mark, actually rebound mark tonight. The Minutemen with a steal, Marcus Camby to Edgar Padilla in for the jam. UMass up by 19. Just before the half, Dana Dingle to Marcus. Minutemen up 19 at the break. It was a breeze. Second half, Carmelo Travieso on the loose ball, and he'll get it to Marcus down low. Camby leading UMass with 21 points. Padilla with 15 tonight, coming right at you right here. Takes it hard and puts it in. UMass up by 31 at one point. And we finish it up with another senior, Jeff Meyer with the hook. UMass clinches its 4th straight A-10 regular season title. And yes, this one is for the seniors.
I had an opportunity to have my parents and my daughter up, and you know, it felt good to get recognized by the fans of appreciation, you know, for all the work I've done over the years.
Try not to think about it too much as as a game was played, because we had a ball game. But I'll probably go back to the dorms tonight and think back on the 4 years, and hopefully we'll come back here one more time, and then I'll really be able to think about it.
Terrific. More on senior night tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. The strange season of college basketball continues. At the top teams continue to fall. Proof in point, number 2 North Carolina hosting number 9 Wake Forest tonight, Chapel Hill. Carolina's Jerry Stackhouse right here on the alley-oop. Looks nice, but the Demon Deacons come right at him. Tim Duncan, he'll get the slam. And then one more time, Travis Banks. Now watch this. I mean, just leading right in, and good night. Wake wins at 79-70. Free agent bug has hit the Patriots, and it appears it may come around again. Safety Harlan Barnett signing a 3-year deal with the Vikings, and fullback Kevin Turner has a 3-year offer from the Philadelphia Eagles looking at $4 million. How can you turn that down? Meanwhile, in Green Bay, the Packers have released Sterling Sharp. The star receiver is coming off neck surgery, but doctors say there's a 90% chance he could play next season. The problem is money. He was supposed to earn more than $3 million next year, and he turned down the new offer for $200,000. Bruins are off. Next up for them, the New Jersey Devils on Thursday night. The Whalers in Ottawa tonight, worst team in the league. That's Ottawa, worst team in the league. Here come the Whalers. Pat Verbeek ends this with a goal, and the Whalers breeze. 6-3 is the final score there.
All high schools tomorrow night.
Yes, canceled today because of the weather, but they'll do it tomorrow.
Thanks, Mike. Okay.
Well, still ahead tonight, a retired New York Giant as you've never seen him before.
That is an ugly man. Plus, it's Mardi Gras. We'll show you how they celebrate it Louisiana style.
It's Subaru all-wheel drive days. Hey, wait a minute. Why don't the other guys have all-wheel drive days? Oh, yeah, they don't have all-wheel drive. They don't have cars that can transfer power from the wheels that slip to the wheels that grip like a Subaru Legacy or Impreza can. No wonder they don't have all-wheel drive days. Of course, they could have Let's get stuck in the snow days. Right now, get an Impreza Coupe for $9,945 with all-wheel drive, just $13,999.
Selecting the right insurance coverage to protect your business and family is a lot like coaching a basketball game. You need a winning game plan and players you can depend on. Mass West Insurance Company and its team of local independent insurance agents is that winning combination. Together, they'll develop the most effective insurance plan available. See your local independent agent and insist on Mass West Insurance Company. They're the hometown favorite, and I'll take the home court advantage anytime.
Folks, we're talking Bernie's trade-in sale. This used to be a camcorder, believe it or not. You can get it, I don't know, $100 toward the purchase of a new camcorder for that. How about this little babe? $25 maybe trade-in. Trade-in this thing here, $75, $100, who knows? This was bought here 40 years ago, folks. Isn't it beauty? Maybe $100 bucks. Look at this baby right here. Ho-ho, up to $250. Ah!
Buy the Maytag Super Capacity Washer right now at Bernie's and get a $30 rebate from Maytag. Plus, you'll save even more with trade-in at Bernie's.
Look at this. Now look at it closely. Look at it from an angle. In plaid, in stripes, in the bottom right corner. No matter how you look at it, 4.9% financing for 48 months is a great-looking rate on all new Ford Escorts, 3-door, 4-door, 5-door, or wagon. 4.9% could mean over $2,900 in total savings, drastically reducing your monthly payment. There may never be a better time to buy a Ford Escort than right now. So hurry to your New England Ford dealer today, because you can only look at this rate for a limited time.
Seattle, average rainfall 39 inches. Phoenix, average high 103 degrees. Minneapolis, average low 7. Every year, Anderson windows and patio doors stand up to the harshest sun, the coldest wind, the hardest rain. So much for the law of averages. The News 40 Nightcast is brought to you by Remillard Insurance.
On the lighter side tonight, football great Lawrence Taylor was known for his aggressiveness on the field. Well, today we saw a more affectionate side of the Giants linebacker. This kiss came after Taylor announced he has signed on with the World Wrestling Federation. His first bout is against 400-pound Bam Bam Bigelow in WrestleMania 11. Boy, it's a far cry from the Giants. You can see it in Hartford April 2nd. Taylor is making a cool $500,000 for his efforts. That explains it.
I guess they sealed it with a kiss, all right. Well, finally tonight, Mardi Gras is off and running. It's actually just about over, though, about another 30 minutes to go. In Louisiana's Cajun country, they celebrate the holiday a little bit differently. It's called the Courir du Mardi Gras, or the running of Mardi Gras. In the small parish of Mamos people, they line up on horseback in colorful costumes and chase chickens, and then later they make a spicy Cajun gumbo out of the birds.
I don't mind eating chicken if I don't have to see it living before I eat it.
Right. But they don't mind down there.
That's my idea of fun.
They just add a lot of spice to it.
That's it. Well, that's our report on the Nightcast.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Now, Discover Card, Stars on Ice, coming to the Mullen Center for one night only, Saturday, April 1st. Starring Olympic champions Kristi Yamaguchi, Scott Hamilton, Katarina Witt, Gordy Aba, and Grinkoff, Olympic silver medalist Paul Wiley, four-time world champion Kurt Browning, and an international honor roll of skating champions. Tickets on sale now at the Mullen Center, Ticketmaster, or charged by phone. Saturday, April 1st. Discover Card, Stars on Ice, presented by WGGB TV, WHYN, and the Daily Hampshire Gazette.
You, as the citizens of Springfield, have a unique opportunity to shape policy and programs in your own.
Man, forget this gang stuff. I'm going to play some ball.
Look at the camera and think of just that one person instead of the thousands of people who are out there watching it.
You had internships when I was going to UMass. They didn't have internships.
Still have my waitressing shoes because you always had them all through college and all through those first lean years.
School matters.
Hot, fresh, fast, Subway.
It's Subway's new hot grilled chicken sandwich, like nothing you've ever tasted.
Hot, fresh. fresh, fast, Subway.
It's succulent boneless chicken breast grilled to perfection with your choice of fresh fixins with the freshest produce on Subway's fresh baked bread to bring you the ultimate grilled chicken sandwich.
Hot, fresh, fast, Subway.
Where else can you get a hot grilled chicken sandwich this good, this fast?
Subway's the place where fresh is the taste.
For 3 generations, the people to see in the vinyl and flooring business have been Lou and Helen Cody with over 34 years of experience. We carry only the best brand names in vinyl flooring. Our carpet selection offers great quality with some very affordable prices. And if it's wood flooring you're looking for, check out these brand names. Get some of the lowest prices anywhere on area carpets and remnants in our remnant room. Cody's remembers the good old days with price rollbacks. Cody's Carpet in Chicopee.
Who's worrying about women's health? This week on News 40 at 5:30 with Dave and Eileen.
No matter what they say.
Mr. Thompson, heard about the big savings I can get you over AT&T?
No matter how they say it.
Not to worry. Today I've got a better plan for your business with even bigger savings.
No matter what numbers they throw at you.
20%. 30%. 10.5%.
Only one company guarantees competitive prices. AT&T. Call 1-800-COMPARE and get the facts.
Listen, I've got the facts.
AT&T guaranteed competitive prices.
I'm sticking with AT&T.
AT&T, for the life of your business.
Park Avenue Ultra. Not only has it restored people's faith in the quality of American luxury cars, but it has a way of rejuvenating the soul as well.
Primetime now on Wednesday. It may be a medical miracle. Victims of a terrible disease freed from its crippling grip almost instantly. Wednesday.
Nobody celebrates Washington's birthday better than your Lincoln Mercury dealer. This year, our New England tradition is bigger than ever, with over $125 million of new vehicles on sale. We're ready to put you in a Mercury now. So we'll lease you a Mercury Villager for just $279 a month, loaded with front-wheel drive, standard anti-lock brakes, and a ton of other features. We've got the cars, we've got the deals. So what are you waiting for? Bring the family to the Washington's Birthday Sell-a-thon at your New England Lincoln Mercury dealer now through March 6th, and let us prove it.
If you only knew how hard Pepperidge Farm bakers work, carving big chunks of chocolate for Nantucket cookies, packing mounds of macadamias into Sausalito cookies, taking extra care to make sure every cookie bakes up big, rich, and satisfying. Perhaps you'd know why they're so easy to enjoy. Pepperidge Farm remembers, the better you make them, the better they'll taste.